So what I want to do now is draw a box plot for this information. So we already found the 5-number summary for that example, right? So our minimum was 6.5, quartile 1 was 12, median or quartile 2, 13.6, quartile 3 was 14.4, and the max was 14.5. So that was from yesterday. All right, we need to check first if we have any outliers. Okay, so how do we check for outliers? Upper and lower fence. So lower fence is quartile 1, which was 12, minus 1.5 times the inner quartile range. What is my IQR? 14.4 minus 12. We get 2.4. Remember, this is our min. Quartile 1, median or quartile 2, quartile 3, and your max. IQR is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. All right, so if we do this, we get 8.4. Upper fence, quartile 3, which is 14.4, plus 1.5 times the IQR. And these formulas are just off your formula sheet. You're not memorizing them. And we get 18. Do I have outliers? Are you sure? Look back at your data from yesterday. Do we have anything smaller than 8.4 or bigger than 18? 6.5. So we do have an outlier. Okay, when we make our box plot, you have to draw a number line. Now you don't have to start your number line at 0 or anything like that, but we have to have something to show our scale. So we know it's going to have to at least go down to 6.5 and up to 14.5. Okay, so maybe I'll start mine at 6. You can count by whatever you want. It's not a huge range. I'm just going to count by 1, so I'll label every other one. There is not a right or wrong here. You could have started it at 4 if you wanted. If you started at 0, that's fine. It just has to make sure it includes at least all of our numbers. Okay, so when we draw the box, look at your notes from yesterday. We put vertical lines at quartile 1, so that's 12. And quartile 3, that's 14.4, so a little less than 14.5. That's my box. My median is always going to be inside this box, and we're going to put a line to represent that. So 13.6, that's a vertical line in my box. The whiskers go to the maximum and minimum, but it can't include outliers. So 6.5 was my minimum, but it was an outlier. What is the lowest point that was not an outlier? So we will only go down to 9.9. Okay, what is my maximum? All right, which is just barely bigger than where I'm at. Okay, then I did have an outlier. How do I mark that? 6.5, put my asterisk. All right, so that's my box and whisker. Can you tell me from this picture if my data is skewed or symmetric? If you're skewed, you guys all believe that? Why? Okay. We can look at the whiskers. We obviously have a longer whisker on the left. We also have an outlier on the left. So what does that tell me? It's skewed left. We have more low points. We would also expect, if it's bell-shaped, where should the median be? In the middle. Remember, bell-shaped data, the mean and the median are the same. So we would expect this line to be in the middle of the box. Okay, it's not, so that's another indicator that this is probably not symmetric data. All right. We can also make box plots on our calculators. So let's try one. If you want to grab your book. Oh, I didn't even tell you to bring your book today because I have a handout. Okay, hold on. Let me throw it up here. All right, we're going to do one on our calculator. Okay, so let's see if this one. Kind of blurry. Can you guys read that at all? Okay. So what this is, we took in a class, they took 14 male rats and sent them to space. Then they measured the red blood cell mass of those rats when they returned. We had our control group that was kept under the same condition, except they didn't go to space. And we're comparing the red blood cell mass between the two groups. So if I have two different groups of data, what should I do first? Put them in, put the flight in L1, the control in L2. So if we go to second, stat plot. Okay, so I'm going to go into my plot number 1. I want to turn it on. And then I have a lot of different types. Okay, there are 2 of them that look like box plots. I think on your calculators it does 2 rows of them, is that right? So we have to decide which of the 2 we want. Can you guys tell what the difference is? One doesn't do the outliers as dots. One of them just does the line the entire way, and the other one does the outliers. So you need to pick the one that has the box plot and then the dots on it, so it will mark your outliers as dots. Okay. My X list, I just want this to be list 1. If we go to zoom, number 9, that will zoom to where our stats are. I have something else in my calculator. Let me delete that out.
It's like frozen.
Yeah.
Select it, I don't think. I guess I can't move mine.
Okay, what one's the next, the second row?
All right, anyone else need help getting that? All right. Now, what have I graphed here? A box plot. Is that for everything I put in? No, that's for my flight group only. So we could repeat this and do the control group, but ideally I would kind of like to look at them at the same time. That would be easiest. So if you have more than one like this, go back into your stat plot. And let's go down to plot number 2. I'm going to turn that on. I also want it to be a box plot. But what do I want my X list to be? L2, because I've already graphed L1. So if you hit second and the number 2, it changes that to the second list. Then if you just push zoom, number 9, it draws that second box plot for me.
I don't know what's wrong with the fact that I just there's other whatever.
I think last time you pushed second before you, so don't push the second.
No, I just didn't do it.
Okay, if you just take and then just push zoom.
I have accepted mine, but not even having a look.
Mine's different now too.
Is your guys' the buckle one? Yeah.
It might have put your x-axis in a different place. That's okay. I don't know why mine put it on top of my axis. Yeah. All right. Does everybody have both of these?
Did you change it?
Start plot. Plot one. Turn it on. Draw the box plot. Plot. Plot 2. Turn it on. On a box plot. Looks like that's true. Alright. What y'all do? Okay, so now I could compare these two. So what differences do you notice? Okay, everybody back here. What's the difference?
They in 2 different spots.
They're in 2 different spots. So this was my flight group. What's true about their red blood cell mass? Is it higher or lower? Lower. It's lower. Which one's more consistent? The control group, isn't it less spread out? You know, we've got a longer tail here. Could you compare like the center of these 2 sets? The control group is a lot higher. The flight group is a lot lower. So you can make comparisons on the 2 based on those graphs when you put them together. All right, questions on that? All right, I would like to do one more thing. I just wanted to show you a couple graphs, and I want to discuss if they are skewed left or right or symmetric from the box plots. Okay? I want to make sure everybody knows how to tell that. Okay. Let's see. Mine doesn't like. Okay, this box plot down here. How is that one skewed? Skewed to the right, because we have a really long tail going to the right. Okay, what about this one? Symmetric. We see the median is about in the middle of the box. We have the same amount on both ends, so that's roughly symmetric or bell-shaped. You can use either word. All right, is this okay with everybody?